It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is IndyCar night on iRacing, but it's just not any IndyCar night on iRacing. For the second time ever since 2011, the IndyCars will be doing racing here at Rockingham Speedway. I can't believe the last time we were here was actually the very first time, and we never made a big deal out of it. I had to do all the research to find this out. This is the second ever race for the IndyCars here in an official iRacing race. Hard to believe that, but welcome everybody. And this is round 6, week 6 of season 4 2025 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, coming to you from Rockingham Speedway in North Carolina. Justin, welcome to the program. I know that you're very familiar with this place, and last time we were here, it was Robert Molechka getting the win over PDF with Ryan Campbell coming in third, but that's the one and only time we've ever been here.
Yeah, even I was shocked when he said that this was the first time here. I was like, wait, I thought we came here before. But also, like you said, that was actually a pretty good race. Hopefully looking for another fantastic race here. And the biggest shocker of all is who's on pole for this one. What do you say? Want to get into the starting grid?
Probably a good thing to get into the starting grid. Here we go. Starting grid for the night.
Starting on the pole, the biggest shocker of them all, ladies and gentlemen, Tony Pizarro starts on pole. Next to him, it'll be Seb Alexander. Third, it'll be Indy Kirkenbauer, the prodigy himself. Starting fourth, it'll be Kyle Clinworth. Fifth, it'll be Caleb Brashear. Sixth, it is Jose Fazaro. Seventh, it'll be David Powers. Eighth, Joseph Chop. Ninth, Mason Mitchum. And riding out the top 10, Lilac Zier. 11th, it'll be Matthew Ponto. 12th, Casey Popolonis. 13th, Brian Campbell, the man we effectively call the Christmas tree because every now and then his connection blinks.
It's getting
like
better.
crazy.
It's getting better.
And so we've heard. 14th, it'll be Adriano Paporti. And 15th, it is Elijah Gibson. 16th, not a good qualifying effort for him, but we know he can work his way up to the field. It is Ty Quilla. 17th, it is Thiago Bandiera, correction. I can't believe I screwed that up for the first try. 18th, it'll be Art Reimer. 19th, it is the greatest name in all of sim racing. You cannot change my mind. Crash Neon. 20th, it is Marcio Baroni. 21st, it is Daniel Reich. 22nd, it is Alex Krapser. 23rd, Ella Spice. 24th, Cody Grammel. And riding out the 25th and final car on the grid, it is Tyler D. Villamere. That is your 25-car grid for tonight's running here at The Rock for 85 laps. So this race should go by quick if you also want to get a dizzy spell.
And actually, those speeds you saw were a little on the low side. They're actually over 200 miles an hour, according to 1 mile measurement. So, again, the timing of scoring is a little off. But here we go, green flag.
Already a good start there by Tony Pizarro, but of course, what most people have to remember is it's 22 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2, 24 degrees of banking in turns 3 and 4. A little bit of a unique track.
Oh, there's contact already.
already.
And that is Ponto into the wall, as it looks like that was Elijah Gilson doing a full send on the bottom. Made netcode contact, and we are under caution already. And we're going to see right here as we're a little bit before setting up, but we're going to watch Gilson. And I think this is just because we have fresh tires, and he gets a good run here. And Ponto, a little bit of a bad exit off of 2. And then this is going to kind of open the door, and Gilson's going to see an opportunity. He's going to go to the inside. Ponto doesn't really want him to go there, but Gilson sends it anyways. And the Beatrice car into the wall.
I was about to say, the Mario Andretti Newman Haas scheme has been knocked out of the race before it even got a lap completed. Oh, man. But also bad netcode. Good Lord. Like, you could just walk in between Ponto's car and Gilson's car.
Oh, Mauricio Baroni have a black flag, meeple flag. Well, just restarted in a restart. Too much power in the car. He went to the wall and yep.
They have you got to be mindful of that because, like you said, doesn't matter if you mess around with the fuel map. This car still has a lot of power underneath that loud pedal foot of yours.
It sure does. Here are your conditions for today's race. 113 degrees on the track tip, 83 on the ambient. But really, at 85 laps that we're doing today, it's not going to be the temperature that's going to tear up your tires. It's really just going to be the track itself tearing up your tires.
And Tiago with a pretty hilarious call out to Brian Campbell over voice chat. And if you're wondering what he said, people, Brian.
As I'm still trying to get some stuff set up here in the booth, but make sure to give the old thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe if you appreciate the work we put into this. And don't forget to donate. We do these for free on behalf of the community. Links to donate are in the description.
Gary, I'm going to let you call the restart here. Caleb and Casey are doing the cap.
Caleb up in fourth spot. He needs to be ready to act like a cat up front. Otherwise, he's going to get it run over. And right behind him is Clindy. It's going to be Pizarro, Alexander, Indy, and Brashear, your top four. Clindy and the P5 there. And we are back underway here at the Rock at lap 5.
Oh, sorry about that. I needed to get that laughing spell out of me because that was just too funny. I don't know where they started that at or why they wanted to start that, but oh god, guys, you're killing me here in a good hilarious way by making me laugh. But back to the action at hand on track. We already see a number of guys that are finding out the different groups that they can run here, but they have to be careful, especially when you go through 1 and 2, because if you come out of turn 2 the wrong way, you will end up in that wall, much like the stock car counterparts.
And there's Joe Chop around Mason Mitchum, move the Division 2 driver up into P8, making his top split debut. Powers goes purple that time by with an 18 flat. A little bit further back for Porty and Gilson side by side. Actually, that's for Porty and Crash Neon side by side.
I'm also keeping my eyes on Lilacs here as they come off of turn 2. He's got the run on the high side there going down Thunder Alley towards turn 3. He's trying. Oh, man, he got. I believe that, yeah, that was Mason Mitchell.
That was a car. That's Pomalonis coming off of 4, and we're back under caution.
Casey Pomalonis got contact, and he did a complete 360 and eventually saved it around. He didn't hit anything, and the only contact he had was from the guy that essentially punted him around, if you want to call it that.
I think it's maybe Gilson again making contact here. And, yeah, a little bit of net code, but Gilson involved. So 2 contacts for Gilson today. Using a little bit of a brute force tactics to work their way up through the field.
Yeah, not the type of brute force tactics I would use.
And Pizarro waiting for the pace car over in turns 3 and 4 as the sun goes behind a cloud. And so we'll reset here once again, see if we have any takers on pit road.
Also, Casey Pomalonis was venting his displeasure to Elijah Gilson over the radio.
I bet he was.
And of course, he was using the he had the sentimentality on that one for Elijah Gilson. If gap car. But you have to remember, people, if gap car, especially at a place like this, you must be mindful because you will push up into another car and calamity will ensue. Now, the funny thing is, not only are we racing here at North Carolina, Rockingham Speedway here in North Carolina, we're only an earshot, so to speak, away from another track here in the Carolinas, particularly North Carolina. Gary, why don't you tell them what's coming up after this race?
We got Indy NXT from North Wilkesboro. Indy NXT, Gary. Indy Next. Indy NXT is the independent version of WWE NXT. Sorry, but Indy Next will be at North Wilkesboro on the oval there. That will be immediately following us. Jacob Collins will bring you the action for that. Just stay right with us at the conclusion of this race, and we'll send you right to North Wilkesboro to watch the Indy Lights cars, the Indy Next cars at North Wilkesboro. Up front is Pizarro, Alexander, Kirkenbauer, Brashear, and Clinty, your top five. Pizarro, David Powers, Joseph Chop, two new names into the top split broadcast here in 7th and 8th. Mason Mitchum in the Rocket Pop in 9th, and Brian Campbell in 10th. Remember, Brian Campbell finished 3rd here the last time we came here, the very first time we came here to North Carolina and Rockingham. And he is the highest finisher from that race to make this race. So he's looking to repeat as another podium finish here. We're getting ready to go green here at lap 13 out of 85. Takers on pit road, Daniel Hesche, Ty Quilla, Lilac Zier, Casey Povolonis with the damage, Crapster, Cody Grommel, Ellis Spice, all came in on laps 11 and 12.
Pace car is off, and they're in that restart zone, and back underway we go. And Tony Pizarro with another fantastic jump on that restart there as they go into turn number 1, already in the middle of the pack here, right around 10th place. It's still a bit of a heated battle there as they come out of turn 2, down Thunder Alley towards turn number 3, still side by side as they go through turns 3 and 4 now. A little bit of room there, but here comes Elijah Gilson up on the high side there. He's going to have to be very careful as they come off of turn number 4.
Back to that group back there. There's Gilson, Mason Mitchum. Right behind him is Crash Neon. And again, these are not the best camera angles because these cameras are optimized for NASCAR. And I don't think we really have any IndyCar optimized cameras for this place. And look at them fly around here doing 17-second laps. Joseph Chop, purple lap that time. 17.9. We were under 18 seconds a lap here.
Yeah, 184 point something around the track. There's a 995, 195 on the track, so it's really fast. That makes sense with the Canto, for sure. It went so fast, man.
I hate to interrupt you guys, but we got a battle for the lead here. Tony Pizarro got moved up to the high side there. He will lose it as they go into turn number 1.
Here's Clindy underneath Brashear. Brashear goes high, slides back. Clindy is going to follow Kirkenbauer. Just drag race down the backstretch through Thunder Valley into 3 and 4. Very bouncy through there. Lots of bumps. These cars do not have very good suspensions on them. You can hear the cars make contact. The underbodies making contact with the track.
I think eventually we will get the updated version of Rockingham because this is the 2012 scan. So that's why it's bumpy as hell, as we like to call it, even in the stock cars side. Still some good battling here as they go through
Seb Alexander.
Turn 2. Yeah, Seb Alexander, he's trying to find a way to get around there. Trying to find a way to get around Indy Kirkenbauer. Kirkenbauer still trying to hold around as best he can. And Caleb Brashear, he's trying to figure out where he can go to get the most clean air. Oh my goodness! That was Seb Alexander that got a little bit too much oversteer coming off of turn 2. He saved it somehow. No harm, no foul as they come to complete lap 20, moving on to 21.
And Lewis, they still have that audio issue with the different sounding tracks for these cars.
Yeah, look like I said, look like the Ferrari 95 B12 sound like that. When you change it with the other cars, like it's really in the different sound. So I hope iRacing could be track that because it sounds pretty good, especially when you change it for 5th to 6th and then you're going down to 5th. So kind of weird.
To the point, Indy Kirkenbauer.
Yeah, Kirkenbauer had a good run there underneath. I believe that was Tony Pizarro. Pizarro back to the high side. He will go back to the lead. But now here comes a gaggle of cars right behind Kirkenbauer in them. And it's going to be interesting to see who can find out where they can go, because Clendy is still up on the high side there as they go through 1 and 2. And from what I can see, there's somewhat little to no change right around the back of this group here, though. They're still trying to, they're basically running all over, because that's one thing about Rockingham compared to some other tracks is you can run all over this track no matter what, but you have to be very aware of your surroundings, especially when you come off of the corners here, because of the speeds that you're going around 185 to 195, and at times pushing 200 miles an hour as you go off into the corners.
As I mentioned, IndyCar has never officially raced at the Rock. It appeared on the kart's 1980 schedule, but was canceled. Gordon Johncock tested here in 1979 with his best lap being a speed of 155.3. He said in an interview after the test that he expected speeds to be in the 170 range and have plenty of side-by-side racing, but racing never developed here. The fixed rule set for tonight, this is a fixed setup race, a 1 mile D-shaped high-banked oval. We're doing 85 laps, roughly 85 iRacing miles, and they're going to go fly by really fast here, where we're doing 17 seconds a lap now. No fast repairs, 3 sets of tires. We anticipate only 1 pit stop and about a 40-mile-per-hour pit road speed limit. And the last time we were here was Season 4, 2024, Round 10, Week 10, and it was a 47-47 strength of field with Robert Malechka beating PDF by 0.3 of a second.
Oh, Tony Pizarro with a crossover move again on Indy Kirkenbauer. He did that the previous lap. He's going to get it done again here as they go through 1 and 2. Kirkenbauer to the high side. Try to build that momentum up to try and cross him back over again as they go off into turn 3. Not going to be enough, though, because here comes Seb Alexander underneath Indy Kirkenbauer as they go through 3 and 4.
Racing up at the front has been very, very good. Your biggest gainer right now, Gilson up 6. Crash Neon up 8. Tyler Villamar, hopefully I'm saying that right, is up 9. A lot of new names coming out tonight to make the top splits. Indy, big run on the high side. Not a place to go, up against the wall. 3 different lines through the corner, middle, top, and bottom.
And for a moment there, oh, look at Kyle Clemworth. He's going to send it underneath Tony Pizarro and Indy Kirkenbauer. It's not going to be enough as they come off a turn 2.
Oh my, Campbell and Joseph went the wheel to wheel in turn 1 and 2. That's literally wheel to wheel, and they survived both of them.
Oh, Gilson's going to set it down low. He was lining up. Here's a shot here from David Powers. A bunch of new names here. And we got Joseph Chop in that Thunderbirds. Kind of reminiscent to what we saw Connor Daly drive. Also a little bit we saw that Sam Hornish drove in his early days in the Indy Racing League.
I will still say Connor Daly's Thunderbirds paint scheme from 2018. Chef's kiss. Beautiful. Now, if we had the aero screen at that time, that paint scheme would have been absolute god tier, because the cockpit, it would have worked perfect with the aero screen.
Back up front, it is Pizarro still. Your pole sitter still leading. Kirkenbauer second. Clendy third. Sam Alexander fourth. Caleb Brashear fifth. Pizarro worked his way up to 6th. Campbell 7th now. He's up 6 positions. Chop in 8th where he started. Gilson up 6th to 9th. David Powers down 3 but still in the top 10.
Ooh, Clendy had to back up big time there. That opened the door a little bit for Seb Alexander. Alexander lost a ton of downforce on that front wing. That's opened up the door for Caleb Brashear to take the position temporarily. He's going to force Alexander up into the high side there, almost into the wall.
Of course, Brashear last week won at Indy. with that heck of a pit road call and a little bump draft at the end.
Yeah, the bump draft. Can we call that the Indianapolis Miracle?
Maybe Caleb doesn't want it to be called the Indianapolis Miracle. Well, here are the points coming into today's race, by the way. And it is Clindy, Seb, and Brian Campbell, your top three. Pinero not in the lineup today. Kirkenbauer 5th. Gilson 6th. Tyke Willis 7th. Zazier in 8th. T-Rich in 9th. And Crash Neon in 10th. And that is your standings up to this race right now.
Caleb Brashear underneath Indy Kirkenbauer as they come out of turn 3 and 4 there. He's going to slot back in temporarily, but here comes Seb Alexander on the inside of Caleb Brashear, excuse me, as I'm trying to get my voice to come back here. Caleb Brashear will slot back in front, right in between Indy Kirkenbauer and Seb Alexander, but here comes Caleb Brashear underneath Indy Kirkenbauer as they go off into turn number 1. I don't think it's going to be enough, but we'll have to see how it plays out as they go out of turn number 2 down Thunder Alley.
Oh, Caleb, big, just turns right on down using that banking there to get the inside of Kirkenbauer. And Brashear will, not quite brute force his way, but definitely force his way up in the third spot, a little bit further back. This battle right here, Gilson, Powers, Crash Neon, Mason Mitchum, all together. Different lines through 1 and 2. A lot of cars going to the top.
Over the course of the run, you're pretty much going to have to move up towards the high side because that tire wear, especially on the bottom groove there, it tears it up, if you will. It's almost like I hate to bring up the terminology from Jackaroo, but it's almost like a cheese grater when you run on that bottom. On the bottom groove through all 4 corners there over the course of the run because it chews up tires here. This place here on iRacing has not been repaved at all. And I think Caleb Brashear barely bounced off the walls. He came off of turn 2. He had a little bit of dirty air thrown onto him from Kyle Clemworth in front of him.
I think Andy's cook because now
he's falling back.
They passed.
Yep. He might have used those tires up. Yeah, Campbell has kept those tires useful. So he's going to be moving up late in the run. And Fazaro just kind of a little bit of a kind of shutting the door. Can't quite shut the door now on the high side. Look at this.
Oh, they're going to close.
He gets around Fazaro. And now he crosses over on Indy. And he's going to get Indy in 3.
Call it pit for the pits. Andy, oh no.
Jello, Indy.
Jello. Yep, there it is.
Oh, and he makes contact with the crush barriers at the pit wall there. And that might be too much damage for him to continue. But we are under caution, and I bet you now, when we are inside of 35 to go now, we're going to see people coming to pit road for their one and only stop. Real quick before we turn it over to pit stops, if you enjoy P1's coverage of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split and you respect the stream, please do us a solid. If you're unable to donate to the broadcast, please do the next best thing and support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and help the algorithm. So click that bell and you don't miss out on future P1 iRacing broadcasts. Under caution here at lap 51. Your leader, Pizarro. Clindy's now second. Brashear third. Seb Alexander fourth. Campbell now up into the top 5. And I would imagine everybody's coming to pit road if they have not already come to pit road earlier in the race.
Yeah, most likely they will absolutely go in. I've gone back and I've looked at the replay. There was, you talk about the slightest bit of net code contact between Jose Pizarro and Indy Kirkenbauer. It was on the left rear tire of Indy Kirkenbauer going through turn 4 when he was signaling that he was going into the pits. I think there was a miscommunication between him and Pizarro because Pizarro just punted him, if you will, via net code, out of the way and that pretty much broke the rear wing of the car and sent him around. And as the old saying goes, the rest is history because of the amount of damage that he suffered when he hit the crash barrels, as we like to call them. But since he's out, unfortunately, out of the race.
Oh, Glindy beats out Pizarro. Lilac Zier stays out. Going to pick up track position. On very old tires right now. Oh, Glindy.
Wait, Glindy, penalty. And Gibbs also too. Have a drop to end.
Oh, must be speeding on pit road.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's going to hurt. That's going to really hurt.
But also back to what I was saying, though. One thing, though, for Indy Kirkenbauer, he doesn't have far to go for the Indy Next Oval Fixed Series race coming up. All he has to do is hop out of a helicopter and fly all the way up to North Wilkesboro.
Oh, you know what? I guess because they have a double wide line, I think he released the button after the first line. It should be the second line. I don't know. I guess because it's so weird.
Okay, lights are out on the pace car here at lap 53, coming to 54, getting to do a restart here. Caution brought out with Indy Kirkenbauer spinning off of turn 4, hitting the inside barriers off of the pit road retention wall. And now Zier is your leader. Zier stayed out. Lilac pitted last at lap 11. Lilac thinks they are good to go to the end, so not going to give up that track position. Tony Pizarro and everybody else behind Tony came to pit road. We're getting ready to go green right now.
Green flag, green flag.
Back underway in a bit of a huge stack up there as everybody was checking up for what was going on in that restart there. Number of drivers were not expecting that stack up, then you almost had a crash there.
Just look at these cars just bounce off these bumps in the corner. Just see them all undulate there. And you could feel that in these force feedback wheels that these drivers have. You could really feel that.
That's the good thing. We have like an inside adjust for the force feedback. You can put it from for 0 to 1 to 2, 3, or 4. But thinking about it, real life, they don't have that stuff. They have to be for that's pretty tough racing all that.
Brian Campbell! Lilac falling back because of those older tires. The track position's not going to last very long for Lilac, and now it is Pizarro. Then we have Brashear, Campbell, Alexander, and Zier now, your top 5. But the man on the move right now seems to be Brian Campbell. But here comes Seb Alexander. He's still looking for that first win, that first big win this season.
Yeah, Seb Alexander has essentially been the bridesmaid, never the bride yet. I think if it...
Oh, no! Hey.
That was Crash Neon. Crash Neon got contact as he was going through 1 and 2.
No, let us here have a net code and save the car.
Yeah, I like Zier, and then, Neon had to really roll out of it. He had to be heads up on that one. Remember, the closing rates of these cars, very extreme. So you see someone make an incident, they're like, hey, they ARCA brake somebody. No, it's really didn't have a chance to brake anybody at all. Brashear to the points.
The issue is all these guys have new tires and it's mixed with the people who don't have a grip in the track, so that's making more dangerous the race.
Joseph Chop in the Thunderbirds car. Pizarro does a slice under at the start-finish line, and he goes to the low side and won.
This is ingredients for at least a 7-car wreck up here.
They are racing like it's the last 10 laps. I'll tell you how much to go. We got a lot more than that, 24, but time is running out at 17 seconds a lap. As Lilac is now fallen back to 15th. Oh, Pizarro does it again. Slices from the top side to the bottom side, trying to get a big run down the front stretch, using the banking as a little bit of help. Here comes Ryan Campbell to the inside of Pizarro. He's going to try to follow through his technical teammate. Well, wait a minute. Now he's behind Caleb. Maybe Caleb is his technical teammate after the victory last week in Indianapolis. We've yet to hear the follow-up on that one.
I don't think there was a follow-up, but I'm also watching the battle between Art Reimer and Mason Mitchum. These two are they're throwing hands at each other. But here comes Mason Mitchum now. Whoa! Again, he tried to get underneath Jose Pizarro, but it didn't work, and that stacked everybody up just a tad bit. And look at this underneath. Oh, contact!
Oh, nice save.
Oh,
Reimer gathering it back up after that contact. 3 wide as they go up into 1. Here comes Kyle Clenworth.
Clindy on the high side. He started the back of the pack. He's the man on the move right now. Is he going to run out of time, though?
I don't think he's going to run out of time. If we know Clenworth, he is the closer. Essentially, he knows how to get up towards that front, especially when it comes to the white flag lap.
Seb Alexander to the point now over Pizarro, and he starts to put a little distance between himself and Pizarro. Now Pizarro back using the draft down the front straight. Seb goes low. The other 2 cars go high for the big run. And check out Joseph Chop. Joe Chop in the 4th spot in that Thunderbirds car.
Woo. Oh, black flag.
For Porty, black flag.
Too much. You know what? Have a too much incident.
Oh.
Yeah, it's too many contact.
And for Porty is on the front stretch backwards.
Yeah, he hit the wall. You know what? He threw it. No, it's going to be yellow flag because it's the last car with Bison. So, too many incidents for Porty.
He's gotten it back going. Oh, contact over at turn 1.
Joe Chop and Pizarro, I think, got into one another. Oh, no, yeah, it's Pizarro. Pizarro is no wings on the front.
Yeah, everybody was checking up for what was going on.
It is crazy, though. Oh, Pizarro on the lead again.
It's not a full moon night, is it?
And then Pizarro is our leader, and then there's Povolonis. He's missing one of his front wing planes.
They have an incident with Fraporti, and that's why.
And now Pizarro with the black flag. Fraporti with the black flag. As now we have 12 to go here at the Rock. Leader is Pizarro, looking for his big first win here in the top split in a long time. Seb Alexander looking for his big first win here in the top split in a long time. And then right behind him, Caleb Brashear. He got his big first win last week at Indianapolis, looking for another one to follow up. And Mason Mitchum has somehow made his way to 4th spot.
Contact with Joseph Schaff with Campbell in the main straight.
Oh, Campbell without a front wing.
Yeah, Campbell doesn't have a front wing, and that's why.
Caution on the racetrack.
Have a black flag.
Crash Neon.
Casey Povolonis.
Povolonis.
Oh.
We watched that one already.
By contact.
So again, Casey trying to stay high, nursing that front swing, and here comes, I think Powers gets into him, and then poor Crash just kind of got collected as a result because Crash decided that he was going to commit to the high side. And wow, what an interesting last couple of laps. Everything has changed. So now Seb Alexander is your leader with less than 10 to go. Pizarro second, Brashear third. Mason Mitchum has worked his way very quietly, very strategically, very safely up to P4. Diego Bandera now in fifth. Clindy has worked his way from the back of the pack on that last restart to sixth. And does he come to pit road for a new set of to go for the last set of tires, or does he pump fake? He's going to pump fake.
There's so many incidents. In 10 laps with Campbell, Fusaro, Crash Neon, then Fusaro again, Fraporti. There's a lot of people around have a incident around. And Seb Alexander to maybe get the victory today.
And before we go green, I would like to remind everyone, once again, you're just joining us. You're watching P1's coverage of round 7 of 12. This is actually round 8, I think. 8 of 12 of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, coming to you from Rockingham, where currently Seb Alexander leads with 8 laps to go. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next race. Also, don't forget your commentary team by sending a donation via our GoFundMe campaign. Link is in the description. We certainly would appreciate it. Hey, in December, P1 Broadcasting becomes the primetime home for Today at the 500, sponsored by Oil and Gas Safety Supply, your nightly destination for all the action leading up to the prestigious PRI Hoosier 500. The last kiss of the bricks for 2025 starts here. The countdown is on. Pucker up and don't miss a second of the action. Again, like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in, and we will see you in December. Lewis, how many days do we have before the PRI Hoosier 500?
I said yesterday 46, 45, I think so. Let me be exactly said that. So I really missed in the call. But
and I have been told that we have over 100 people registered to qualify. So over 100. 2/3 of those that sign up are gonna go home, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're gonna lose the prize for $2,500 in 46 days to go. 2,500 prize pool. That's pretty good though. Just for one race.
Let's see. 6 laps to go. What can happen?
Yeah, oh, big wheel spin by Caleb Brashear. And that's going to allow Pizarro and Alexander to kind of move out in front, and they could almost decide this amongst themselves now.
Barring anything happens here in the middle of the pack, I'm looking right behind Kyle Clinworth. There's at least a few cars that are still side by side. They're trying to find a way through because Ty Quillo's putting up one heck of a fight. A little bit of defensive play here as they go through 1 and 2.
Here's Pizarro to the bottom, going into 3 under Seb Alexander, trying for the lead. Seb's going to try to cross him over, get a run down the front stretch. Pizarro to the point. Seb Alexander back to P2. 5 to go. 4 to go.
And already we are starting to see so many of these drivers here essentially saying, okay, it's time to go. We got to try and get up to that front to see if we can either add to the win streak that we are having or end whatever.
Big run by Seb on the high side. No, Pizarro is just going to slam the door. Coming to 2 to go this time. 2 drivers up front looking for their big first top split wins here in a while. It is Pizarro and Alexander in the 1.
Pizarro throws the Pruitt fade on him as they went through going into turn number 1. Here comes Seb Alexander. He's looking on the bottom there. He moves up to the high side. He's trying to find any way to try and fool Tony Pizarro as they come off of turn number 4 here for the white flag.
Side by side in the 1, and the bottom side's still going to be fast, but Seb's going to have a good run on the high side. Now we're going to have a drag race down the stretch into turn 3. We're going to come to the photo finish here at the Rock. Who's going to win this? Is it going to be Pizarro? Is it going to be Seb? It is going to be Pizarro.
Oh, that's close. My.
25 hundredths of a second is your margin.
That was almost, I hate to say it, but that was almost reminiscent of the last ever Cup race here at Rockingham in 2004 between Matt Kenseth and Casey Kane, where they literally were side by side coming off of turn 4.
Uh, you know what? Nice job on Clendy. From drop to end to fourth, pretty good race, for sure.
And Pizarro getting that big first top split win in a while. He's your winner tonight over Seb Alexander. Another podium finish for Seb Alexander. He's going to get that win eventually. Caleb Brashear follows up his Indy win with a podium here at The Rock. Then we got Clendy in fourth and a good drive. You mentioned it. He had to start from the back of the field by speeding on pit road. He drove all the way up the fourth. Mason Mitchum, a good race for Mason in the Rocket Pop car. He is in fifth. Diego Bandera, sixth. Ty Quilla, seventh. Alex Grabster in eighth. Joseph Chop in ninth. And Art Reimer very quietly works his way into a top 10 finish. David Powers, Daniel Hesche, Ellis Spice, Brian Campbell, Lilac Zier, top 15. Gilson, Grommel. I'm going to have to check with Tyler to say how to say his last name. Vilmir? I don't know. Jacques Villeneuve, Tyler, in 18th spot there. Joseph Pizarro, 19th. Crash Neon in 20th. And Baroni, Povolonis, Forporti, the Prodigy, Indy Kirkenbauer, and Ponto, your top 25.
So, Adriano Forporti is qualifying for too many incidents. Too many. That's why the people have a black flag, because they have iRacing have the rules for 17 penalty and 25 for disqualifying. I think so. Incident count. Yeah. But anyways.
All right, we will get into the interview room here. All right, so let's get on to the interview room and see who would like to talk to us after this very unique race. Who do we have in the interview room? We got Tony and not Seb, so that must be Caleb, the other person that's in there. And you guys see that the name's truncated for me.
Flower City.
I think that's Caleb. Let's bring him up here. And here is Caleb Brashear again. We're going to interview him. 2 races in a row. A win at Indianapolis and a very interesting and different type of race here at Rockingham. Caleb, talk about the race. I mean, you started up front. You worked your way up very quickly and kind of were among the players all race long. But this is a very unique track. What did you learn here today?
Scary. That's why I learned it's very scary. This was the first time I ever done this combo before. And I'm like, I did a race earlier, so I'm like, okay, it gets tired throughout the later run, but it was pretty much just a warm up. And then I get into I'm like 3 or 4 cars back. I'm like, oh, this is just pure chaos. I kind of learned take the high side 1, 2, then cut back towards the end of the corner, and then just hold the bottom in 3 and 4. But it was a lot more packy than I was expecting. I thought it was going to be similar to an Iowa situation. Turns out it's not even close to being that.
And kind of its race of its own kind. I mean, there's really no other track to really compare this to. Not even really Dover, where Dover's kind of the same high banked 1 mile type oval, but different type of surface and very smooth. This surface very bouncy and a lot of force feedback coming into that wheel every single lap for you.
Yeah, it was completely different than I was expecting.
Well, another podium finish, 2 in a row. Going on to Las Vegas next. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone I want to say hi to before we let you go?
Every race goes to Scott Reddick. Thank you to Luke Mansky Racing, teammates Will Weiser, Logan Edwards, and Rafael Leon. Drinks of choice tonight are still Great Lakes Oktoberfest. I still got some of those from last week, and I decided to be a college student, and I'm going to really destroy my reputation here with what I'm about to say. But I currently got some Smirnoff Ice originals in my that I also got. So other than that, yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
All right, Caleb, we'll see you in a week when we get to Las Vegas. Another podium finish. Congrats, and we'll see you at the next one.
All right, thank you.
And Caleb having a pretty good last couple of weeks here. Let's bring up Seb Alexander. And here he is, and another podium finish, but it's going to help in the points. But again, the win is still a little elusive right now.
Yeah, you could say that, I suppose. I really thought I had it this time, but I think I needed a few more laps.
What was the biggest difference this time? Just a different track, different type of experience. Maybe there just wasn't left in tires. Kind of what was it going down the stretch this time that made it a little bit different for you?
No, I definitely had the tires and the pace. It was surprisingly racy for such a short track. With all the trading lead back and forth with everybody, really.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just screwed up that one time, like with 5 to go or something like that, where I kind of gave the lead back to Tony. I just made a mess out of turn 1, 2. And then the final few laps, I was just trying to claw it back, right? But I kept screwing up turn 1, 2, and not like getting the proper run I needed, until basically the white flag lap. And I thought I'd have a good run out of the final corner to like beat him in a drag race, but he made a very experienced, like tiny bit of park job on the apex because I was right behind him, right? So that was it basically. But I mean, it was well deserved. It was some proper hard racing. Yeah, that was fun.
Indeed, proper hard racing, led 17 laps. Any shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone who want to say hi to before we let you go?
All my teammates in the technical alliance as usual. And this time I'm not going to forget to shout out mom and dad. Yeah, I was over there. We were like watching some of these highlights, and my mom heard Glendy shout out his mom and was like, how come I don't get a shout out? I'm like, okay, I'll get it. And then I proceed to immediately have 2 more interviews in a few days and promptly forget to shout them out both times. So 3rd time's the charm. So shout out mom and dad.
Yeah, I can't forget mom and dad. Well, we'll see you in a week when we go to Vegas. Congrats on another podium. Again, a win's not too off in the distant future here. So we'll see you again next week.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
And now Tony Bizzarro here in the Tide Ride. And really, this was kind of his day. And here is Tony Bizzarro. Really, Tony, we're kind of looking at the stats. Started from the pole. Led the most laps up front all day long. I know you kind of split time between the Indy cars and the stock cars. Did the stock car experience help at all here with the victory? You were kind of dominant today. It looks like some of that experience maybe paid off.
No, I had no idea what I was doing that whole time. Crazy. It's like being stuck inside a pinball machine.
Well, talk about your race there in the closing laps. You had to race Seb there forward. He's not an easy one to race. He's going to race you tough, and he made you earn it down the stretch there.
Yeah, we were just swapping each other like crazy. If you come off a 2, you can get a real good dive coming off the bottom of the corner, and you just swap for 10 laps or so, and then I'm out of breath, man.
Besides on the track being so small, it's a 1 mile oval, and we're doing 17-second laps. I mean, is it just because we don't come here very often, or really is it the bumpy nature of the track that kind of makes this track kind of tiring after even 85 laps?
I think it's just you're not following people. You're constantly grinding and trying to pass guys and looking in your mirror and looking in front of you, behind you. You're just always doing something, and it actually wears on your body a little bit, even though it's just a sim rig. And Oh, it's nuts. I don't think it has much to do with the track itself, just the nature of the car and the track.
Any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors on the big first? I'm sure you won in other top split races before, but in terms of the broadcast top split, this is your first win here. I'm sure you're very happy. So you have anybody you want to shout out, go right ahead. Friends, family, sponsors, it's all yours.
I want to thank Alex Crapser, Timothy McDonald, Dalton Lucas, Zach Michael, Dalton. I already thanked Dalton. It's been a long day. Steven Spears. I'm forgetting somebody. Logan Sheets, David Rattler, just all my friends at work and on sim racing and in real life too.
Well, congrats on the big first win, and we'll see you in a week at another track you do pretty well at when we go to Las Vegas. So we'll see you there. But congrats and enjoy the week as being the champ.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, and that is it. Just as soon as we started this race, it's pretty much over. About an hour we've been on the air since we came on. And kind of the nature of Rockingham, but the second ever Rockingham winner now is Tony Bizzarro, joining Robert Maletska as the first ever winner. And that's it. Those are the only two winners in official IndyCar races here at Rockingham on iRacing that have ever gone to victory lane. So, gentlemen, next we kind of head off to a place that we're a little bit more familiar with, and that's Las Vegas, but kind of a different treat to come to Rockingham. And I suspect the way that we race today, we might see a return visit for race number 3 sometime in the future.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen. The past few races that have happened, especially after tonight, we're definitely going to see some drivers that is going to say, "Can we go back to Rockingham?"
Lewis, what do you think? We coming back?
I think it should be coming back. It's like the track is pretty good. They can mix it with it's not a short track actually. It's a kind of almost short track, but it's not really like Milwaukee or New Hampshire or even Iowa. But we can consider it like a little bit fast than to don't put Dover. That basically don't even close to be Dover. If you want to put Dover, just put Rockingham. It's pretty good for the race. So a lot of incidents, to be honest, as well, like crazy stuff around. And but the people did a good job. And we have a lot of people watching today on the race. Without the big names, we still have a lot of viewers around. So really thank you so much for everyone. So Las Vegas is going to be a hot track. I see it's going to be 77 in the air. So maybe it's going to be over the 110 or 115, or 20 around. So it's going to be a noon race, no pack race for sure. So that's going to be next week for around week 8. So yeah, that's it. So see you on Thursday, 7:45. It's going to be Adriano Piñero with Tyler 40 for the championship in round 11, Elite Warrior, the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series that's the proper name.
Right.
From Autódromo Hermanos Rodríguez in Ciudad de Mexico. See you there.
I'm going to let you say that because it sounds so much sexier coming out of your mouth than mine. It's just, we're going to Mexico City in the Elite Racing League. That's what we're doing.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's give everyone back their Tuesday evenings here. And don't forget, immediately following this, the stream will automatically redirect you. You will go to Indy Next, the official Indy Next Oval Series race at North Wilkesboro. So if you want to see 2 different styles of Indy style racing, one at Rockingham and another one at North Wilkesboro, check them out. Immediately follow. Jacob Collins will be bringing you all the action for that here coming right up after this stream concludes. So that is it for tonight. Once again, your podium here from The Rock is Tony Bizzarro getting that big first win breakthrough. It's 2 weeks in a row. We got 2 big winners for the first time here on the top split. Seb Alexander comes home second. Caleb Brashear is in third. Join us again next week for round 8, week 8 of season 4 of 2025 of the IndyCar Oval Series, of the iRacing IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split as the teams and drivers head to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Coverage begins around alert. Time change is next week. So we are now starting an hour early for the remainder of the season. 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, that's 7:15 p.m. Eastern Time. Remember, as always, for the correct time in your area, you can find everything right here on YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Hey, we love bringing these races to you, but they're not easy and require time and money to produce. If you share our passion for the sport of IndyCar and enjoyed our coverage of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split, please take time to visit our GoFundMe page. The link is in the description, and donate to our 2025 broadcast fund. We realize times are tough, so any contribution would be greatly appreciated. We thank you for watching and making us a part of your Tuesday evenings each and every week. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm of the game is not an easy one. It's even hard to say. So please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know your thought of tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, most importantly, click subscribe. And while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so you don't miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including immediately following this race, the iRacing Indy Next Oval Series, currently getting ready to start at North Wilkesboro. You'll find the stream live on our channel's main page right now, or just stick with us when we end. You'll be automatically redirected. Promotional consideration paid for by the following. SimWrap Market is your go-to source for iRacing paint templates and broadcast resources. From clean base liveries to pro-level design assets, SimWrap Market is everything you need to build your brand on track. Visit simwrapmarket.com today. Download, customize, race. Track cans for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cans. Get the most out of your racing experience with Whiplash Sim Cans. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook. You can follow them on X and Instagram. All the links you need are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about P1 and what we do, like us on Facebook. You can follow us on X and Instagram. You can follow all of our social links on Linktree, and all those links are in the description. So for Justin Petschauer, Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1, I'm Gary Gotzo saying all good night and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again next week in Vegas for the next race of the IndyCar Oval Series Tuesday night top split right here on P1. Stand by for Indy Next at North Wilkesboro.